Good afternoon. Happy Friday Eve. I decided to go ahead and go live with you guys. So when I'm live, obviously, you never know what's going to happen. Dogs are laying around here. They're being good for now. So hopefully that will continue. But I wanted to share with you guys, I just received an email yesterday, in fact, with the Kansas City real estate market statistics. So I wanted to be able to share that with you. And the best way for me to do that is through a Zoom video, because I can share my screen and you guys can actually look and see some of the things that I'm talking through. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you right now so that you can see the information that I'm going to be sharing. So again, if you've watched one of these in the past, I typically spend most of my time talking about the existing home market. So these are resale homes that are on the market. I tend to not look a lot at the new homes because most of my clients are buying existing homes or resale homes. So that's where I spend most of my time. So you can see here, we've got the key metrics. You've got historical things, and then you've got your month comparison. So July of 2019 compared to July of 2020, the percent change, and then year to date. I typically focus on these three columns here, the month over month, and then the percent change. But what I want to do is I want to first of all start right down here. So we're going to drop down to inventory. So there's a couple of things that I found very interesting about the numbers for this month. So if you look at this, so last year, same month, so July of 2019, there was a little over 7,000 homes that were available to purchase. And these are just resale homes. You look at last month for us, it wasn't even 4,000. So there's almost a 50% difference there, 50% drop. So that is huge. Obviously, COVID has a lot to do with that. People are worried about selling their house, having people coming in and out. So a couple things. First of all, if you are in the market to buy, please don't let these numbers scare you. Yes, it is challenging being a buyer right now, but if you have an agent working with you and they are able to negotiate and explain the process and kind of warn you up front that it might take a little bit longer to buy a home, then you just need to be fully prepared. You may have to put in a few offers before you find the house that you want, but I promise if you don't get one, you'll find something that you love just as much, if not more, than that first offer that you made. There is something out there for everyone. It might just take a little bit to find yours. And the good thing about buying right now is the interest rates are fabulous. You're not going to find interest rates like this. Well, they'll probably be here through the end of the year, at least through the election. But we never know what's going to happen. So take advantage of the rates and start the process if it's something that you've thought about. For sellers, obviously you can see we have a huge need for more people to sell their home. So I understand the concerns that people have with COVID and all of that going on. So I would just recommend making sure that you're talking to an agent that has a plan in place, because there are ways to keep you and everybody else safe while people are still coming and going in your house. So if you're talking to listing with a real estate agent and they don't have a plan on that whole process, please consider talking to somebody else. And make sure that you have somebody that's going to protect your interests and your family's interests, letting people come in and out of the house. All right, so looking at that, so we've just said almost a 50% decrease in supply. So then if you look a little bit higher, it's very interesting. So the pending sales you'll see is actually up, and over here closed sales are actually up. So that tells me that, yeah, we may have less inventory, but if your house is priced right, it's in good condition, it is going to sell. So that is not a concern. What you have to be concerned about in this market is the appraisal value. Because if you look here at the average sales price, it's a huge jump. From July of 2019, about 241,000 to July of 2020 is 267,000. So what my big concern would be is the house, when as a real estate agent and listing a house, I try to list it where the numbers tell me that it could appraise at. Whether or not somebody feels that the house has that value, that yet to be determined. But what I don't want is I don't want for it to, for an appraisal to come in not work out that way. So I try not to price than what the price value should be based on my calculations. Now, the problem that we get into, right, you all have to offer a lot more on some homes to win that offer and contract. So just make sure that you have that conversation with an agent house, because you don't want the appraisal to come in under value. You're going to have to, renegotiate and figure out what to do, maybe even start all over with the whole process. So that's just something to think about. If the person has cash, then that's great. But if they can't come up with the difference between the appraisal value and the contract price, then you have to what the next step is going to be. Average price going with it is, that's just my best thing that I can see sellers getting into issues with. Medians, I don't really take too much, it's quite a bit. Days on market is going down, and I'll show you in a trend here in a second. But really, the inventory is the biggest item on here, and I'll show you a trend that is very interesting to look at it for the last 3 years. So let's go ahead and go down and look at some of those things. So again, new homes, I don't really spend any time looking at those. There's the closed sales. So again, you can see that that is trending up for the last 3 years, which is interesting with the inventory levels the way that they are. The average sales price. So you can see this does typically ebb and flow quite a bit throughout the year. And we are in the summer months where we do have typically more sales because people are trying to get their house sold and moved before school starts again. So you typically do still see that ebb and flow anyway, but it is quite a jump if you're looking from the last year, from August 238 to 267. It's quite a significant increase. Then let's go to days on market. So this is the average number of days between when a property is listed and when an offer is accepted in a given month. So you can see there's a lot of ebb and flow with this as well, but we reached our peak in January and February at 52 days on market. And then since then it's been dropping. And again, COVID had a pretty big impact on that. But we are seeing those days going down. Just because there's so little inventory that people are snatching everything up pretty quickly. There's the pending sales. So here's this one, inventory. This is the one that I find very interesting when you're looking at it in the 3-year column. So we're looking at these green charts. So you can see 2018, 2019, and then 2020. So again, if you have thought about selling your house, talk to an agent, get a market analysis. Let's see if it would work for you, and let's make sure that your family is protected while we get that house sold, because we have buyers out there that need homes, that are looking to buy, and they need some help. They need some people to take that leap and sell their home. All right, so before I call it a day and let you guys off of here, I do want to take a second. If you are looking for a great resource as far as real estate, I'd love it if you check out my website. It's freedhometeam.com. You can see here I've got all kinds of information. I've got buyer information, so it kind of goes through the whole process when you're buying a home. I also have an amazing search function. So let me show that to you real quick. So you can see you can put in all kinds of information to be able to search for exactly what it is that you're wanting in a home. So that's a great resource for you. Then I've also got the seller's information. So it shows you what the whole process looks like when you're selling a home. Different properties, so the different types, whether you're wanting land or commercial, you can search for them on the website as well. Some different communities that I've spotlighted. And then for resources, all of the videos that I have shared or done with different information, you can definitely go back and take a look at those there. It's got a mortgage calculator. If you're looking to get an analysis done to see what your home is worth, you can click on the home evaluation, fill it out, and that'll come directly to me, and I will prepare a market analysis for you. And then the trusted partners. So if you're looking to do some work in your home, or you need a plumber or an electrician, a landscaper, whatever it may be, I have some great people that I have either worked with personally or my clients have. So check that out if you're needing somebody to do any work around the house. Hopefully there'll be somebody there listed on there that you can utilize. If not, reach out to me and I can try to find someone for you. If you're looking for more specific information about your neighborhood or your city, please let me know. That information that I just shared was the Kansas City markets, or the Kansas City metro area as a whole. So obviously different cities have different statistics. And if you're wanting that, I can certainly put that together and get that to you. So have a great rest of the week, great weekend, and I'll see you soon.